Everyone, and welcome back to another sewing tutorial. In today's video, I'll be showing us the process of making this wide leg palazzo jumpsuit. It's a one-piece design with no waist joining. It has side pockets and also comes with side belts that gives the waist a nice adjustable fit. This tutorial is simple and easy to follow. So if you love sewing tutorials like this, why not keep watching and let's get into the video. My fabric for this tutorial is crepe and it is 3 yards. You can make use of any fabric of choice, but if you want to use African print, you will need up to 4 yards. Now for this jumpsuit, the wideness of the palazzo will be achieved by slash and spread method. So I will draft on the paper first before transferring to my fabric. And on this paper, I will draft the front and the back bodies. The first thing to do is to draft a basic gown pattern, then modify it later into a jumpsuit pattern. This part of the paper will represent the center and here will be the side. Remember, we are making a jumpsuit with no waist joining. Therefore, we need to make provision for the crotch extension. So at the center, I will take out 4 inches and that will serve as the space for the front and the back crotch extension. I'll measure it all the way down, then connect the points together. And at the top here, I will draw a straight line which will serve as the shoulder line. And from there, I will start to measure the vertical lines. First is my shoulder to my bust point 9.5, shoulder to waist 15.5, shoulder to the hip line 25. Then from the shoulder to the full length, I want the full length to be 58 inches, but this paper is about 45. But when cutting on my fabric, I will add up the remaining inches. For this paper, the width is about 15 inches. I use quarter of my hip circumference plus extra 5 inches. And for the length, it is 45 as I said earlier. Now let's label these lines. Here is the bust line, the waist line, and the hip line. The next thing to do is to measure the neckline. On the shoulder line, I will mark 3 inches as the neck width and 7 inches as the depth. We are working with a V neck and this is for the front and the back. I don't want it to be a sharp V, so I will adjust it a little. On that shoulder line, I will also mark half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. Here, I won't add half-inch joining allowance. Since we are not attaching any sleeves, I will just mark that 7.5. But you can take out extra inch or inches if you don't want the shoulder too wide. Then from that point, I will come down by 1 inch to slope the shoulder. And from that shoulder slope, I will measure my armhole. Now my armhole is about 7.8 inches, but I will mark 7 inches instead. And this is because what I'm working on is sleeveless. I don't want the armhole to gape. So you can take out about ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch from your armhole measurement, okay? This line here is the chest line. Now let's create the armhole curve. To get your armhole curve, you first measure the quarter of your bust circumference on the chest line. Then you get the midpoint of the armhole line. So from that midpoint, you go in by ½ of an inch. Then you connect the points. This is the front armhole. For the back armhole, we need not go in by ½ of an inch. We just connect the 2 points this way. The next thing to do is to take the round measurement. Here we already measured our bust circumference. So on the waistline, I will measure quarter of my waist circumference. And on the hip line, I will measure quarter of my hip circumference. At the hem, I will mark the same thing I marked on my hip line. Then connect the points together. So guys, here we have a basic dress pattern. The next thing to do is modify this into what we actually want. So from the waistline, I will measure the crotch depth. To get your crotch depth, you simply divide your hip circumference by 4. Mine is 10 inches. Normally, I would add 1 to 1.5 inches, but because this is a jumpsuit, we want the crotch area really free. We don't want it tight at all. So I will add extra 4.5 inches, making the crotch depth 14.5. I will connect the point into a straight line and also extend the line into the space for the crotch extension. The next thing to do is get the crotch extension. To get that, you simply divide that quarter of your hip circumference, you divide it again by 4. So mine is 10 divided by 4, that's 2.5. I will mark it out here, then connect the point with a curve this way. I will mark the same 2.5 at the hem, then connect the point. This extension right here is the front. For the back, I will extend the front crotch by 1 inch, then also connect the point with a curve. Next thing to do is add zipper allowance to the back. So from the neckline, I will come down by 16 inches. That is how long I want it. Then the width is 1 inch. I will mark it to the top, then connect the points. The next thing to do is to mark out the line that will be slashed and spread. Remember I said that is what we will use to achieve the wideness of the palazzo. To get that, we will use half of our nipple to nipple point. Mine is 3.5, and from the bust line, I will measure that 3.5 all through to the hem. Then connect the point into a straight line. I will also connect that back crotch extension to the hem. I forgot to do that earlier. The last thing I will do before cutting this out is create a side dart. This will enable the paper to spread well after slashing. So from the bust line, I will come down by 1.5, then connect the points this way. So this is all for the drafting of both the front and the back. I will go ahead now to cut it out, but I will be cutting out the back pattern first. Now I will slash through the nipple points line. Open up the bust dart this way, then lap it on each other to close it. And once you close your side dart, there will be a spread. But if you don't want yours to be as wide as this, you can reduce the bust dart to 1 inch, because the more the dart, the wider the spread. Now I will close up the dart. Then go ahead to transfer the pattern to my fabric. Now when you are transferring your pattern, your fabric should be on a fold of 2. At the shoulder, I added ½ inch joining allowance, and the spread is about 10.5 inches. To the length, I added extra inches to add up to the full length plus 1 inch hem allowance. To cut out the front piece, we will need to take out the back crotch extension, the zipper allowance, and the back armhole. When cutting on your fabric for both the front and the back, make sure to add extra allowance to the bust. Without the allowance, the bust area might turn out a little tight. And to the center of your front piece, you should also add extra ½ inch joining allowance. I didn't add any allowance to mine because I totally forgot, so you shouldn't make the same mistake. Now that we are done cutting, the next thing we want to do is start stitching. This is what the back piece looks like, and the wideness of the hem is 25 inches for both the front and the back piece. The first part I will stitch is the crotch area. I will use ½ inch to stitch it this way. and the stitch ends where the zipper stops. Then from this point I will attach the zipper. So after stitching the crotch area, I will also attach the zipper. For the front piece, I will also stitch the crotch area using 1/2 inch. This is the back piece after attaching the zipper and also stitching the crotch area. Here is the front piece after stitching, and this is what it looks like at the right side. The next thing to do is to cut out facing to turn each of the neckline. Here is the piece for the front facing, it is on fold. So I placed the front piece on it, traced out the neckline and the shoulder. I will also trace out the side as well as the armhole. You can also use bias to turn your armhole and your neckline. To stitch, the right side of the facing should be on the right side of the main piece. The neckline will be stitched with 1/2 inch. Afterwards, I will fold in the edge once and run a stitch on it. For the back facing, I will cut it out same way I cut the front facing. To stitch, the right side of the facing will also be on the right side of the main piece. The neckline will be stitched with 1/2 inch, and I will use the facing to turn the zipper this way. And this is what I will have afterwards. I will go over to the sewing machine now to stitch. After stitching the neckline, I turned the facing to the wrong side, and this is what it looks like. I also folded in the edge as I said, and this is what I have. I'll be using hemming gum to hold this down later. For the back piece, this is what it looks like after turning the neckline. The next thing to do is join the shoulder. So I'll place the front piece on the back piece, right side facing. Then I will open up the shoulder and make sure the facing is on each other and main fabric is on each other. Now I will go over to the sewing machine to stitch using 1/2 inch. After joining the shoulder, this is what I have. I also went ahead to use the facing to turn one of the armholes so as to have an inseam finishing. I will use the other armhole to show us how I did it. All I did was to turn my main fabric over so the right side can be on the right side of the facing. Then I stitch round the armhole. I will do that again in case you don't understand. Once you have placed it on each other, make sure the shoulder aligns. I will pin it round, then go over to the sewing machine to stitch. After stitching, go ahead and notch the corners so it can relax after turning. Then you insert your hand this way and pull the other fabric to the right side. After turning it to the right side, go ahead and give it a good press. The next thing to do now is to close the side, but before then I'm going to attach the side pocket. So from the waistline, I will come down by 2 inches. That is where the pocket will be attached. I will notch it and mark the same thing at the other side. Afterwards, I will set it aside to cut out my pocket. I already folded this into 4 and the length is about 12 inches. So from the top of the fabric, I'll come down by 6.5. That will be for the pocket opening. And from that point, I will draw the shape I want it to have, then cut it out. The next thing to do is to attach this to the side of the jumpsuit. I am yet to mark the pocket opening here. So from that 2 inches I came down by earlier, I will mark 6.5 for the pocket opening. To stitch, I will place one of the pieces this way, right side facing, then pin the first notch to the top and the second notch to the hem of the pocket. I will do the same thing to the other side. And this is how I will stitch it. After attaching the pocket, I will now close the side. I will use one of the facing to turn the armhole and pin it down. I will close the side with 1/2 inch, and at the pocket opening I will back stitch, then stitch around the pocket and continue stitching from where the pocket stops all the way to the hem. I will stitch the other side same way. At this point, I have closed the side and also the pocket. I also went ahead to insert belts at the waist area. I did that to the two sides. For the belt, the piece was about 3 inches wide and the length should be as long as you want it. I folded it into two, close the side and turn it right out. The next thing to do is to fold in the hem to stitch. I'll give the hem a double fold using the 1 inch allowance I left for it. Then I will stitch it all the way to the end. After folding in the hem allowance to stitch, this is what I have. The last thing to do is to close the crotch area. So I'll place the front and the back crotch on each other, pin it down, then go over to the sewing machine to stitch from one end of the palazzo to the other end. This is what I have after joining the crotch area. So guys, with this we've come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and share. And if this is your first time of coming across my channel, thank you for stopping by. Please do not leave without subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one.